you seeing live protest in Colombia? As you know, the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, spoke at the Columbia University campus. And here you go. You can see the live event from New York City. Sean Feucht is along with all the people. He's live right now, and this is happening live. Share this video if you can possibly. That would be awesome to get more people involved and see them. What a phenomenal. They are thinking about great. Oh God. How great is our God with the trumpet? That's phenomenal. Seeing how we're gonna go all over and sending the right message to the United States government.
Let's go, let's go! אמא שלך!
How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? Oh, how great is our God?
And,
wait.
I don't know how many of you knew that there was a great protest all across the United States on Austin, Texas. There was also in New York City, several other campuses. There is young people are protesting against the Palestine and Israel, why U.S. is funding and giving arms to Israeli. So that's their major agenda in San Francisco. They blocked the whole airport, didn't want any passenger to pass by until the United States government hear their plea or their cry. So here, again, this protest is happening live in New York City. John Feucht right there.
So sorry.
Should we keep going?
Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Come on!
Wow. Let them hit. Let them hit. Let them hit. Not okay. Let them hit. More value than you ever imagined.
I give you peace.
The fuck out of here! Kids are high.
Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people pray for the peace of Israel. Thousands and thousands and thousands.
Wow, look at that. There's some few pro-Palestinian.
Let me go rape some kids, huh? Go rape some kids.
They're swearing, pro-Palestinian came, they're swearing, and also telling them get the F out of there. And very not nice language is being utilized there, right there. So that's getting crazy. So here you go, you can hear it. The group is a peaceful protester group of
We
Christians.
need to wait for everybody. We need to wait for everybody.
Are
There's thousands and thousands of people.
It's going to be swearing. I mean,
He's being awesome though. Hey, let's bless the police. Y'all love the police. We love you all. Let's go!
if you're watching, please quick to read some comments there. There people are saying, watching from
Thousands
South
and thousands.
America. They're standing with Israel. Yep, John, absolutely. You see Sean Feucht right there, playing a guitar. There's a Palestinian group team. Sanctions to them. You see the people with the American flags and then Israeli flags right along. And the group is showing that America and American public stands with Israel. This point. I see our task is there.
Any idea how big this is going to be?
Thank you.
Come on, somebody.
We absolutely need your support and share this video to reach more people. That will be great. We don't want confrontation. We want peaceful protest. Peaceful protest sounds better than violence. No violence. Peaceful protest. Absolutely. Thank you, Cynthia. God loves Israel. God loves America. Absolutely. And you definitely want peaceful protest. You don't want, bad actors there, and also some of the people are getting very rowdy on there, and you see a few people just coming after. But anyhow, this is the group of peaceful protest. You see American Israeli flag. People are recording on the phones as well. Absolutely. I love it. I love it.
Keep going that way, keep going that way. Just want y'all to see there's I mean, no, it just doesn't end, it doesn't end with the amount of people that are here. It's crazy. So we're going back to where we started. All the way down across Colombia.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, everybody, as you're coming on, please put your comments right below. And if you can just comment right below, say I stand with Israel, that would be great. And we want more people to comment right below this video, and also help us share this video with other people too. They can watch, because there has been so much protest on universities like Texas, Austin, Texas University. There was a great protest happen, and then there was a protest was happening. The video has been ended. So protest was happening on different ends, but at the same time, protests happening. They are happening for a good reason. We gotta stand for Israel. We cannot ignore that. On the other side, people are constantly chanting, and in Michigan there were some people chanting "Death to America," and this is insane. How can you live in America and love and use America, enjoy and use American freedom, and then chant "Death to America"? I think that is not a really good sort of people. And when people have this kind of ideology, when people have this kind of hatred sowed into them, this is not acceptable, because this country, America, given them a fair chance, and also equal standing. And then you come out and then say that you chant "That's to America," hate American values and hate American foundation and hate America's culture. That's really tells you that you don't fit into it, because this is not a kind of people you want. And then also, especially indoctrinating the young generation, this is not really cool, because a lot of schools and universities and across, like teaching children to hate this culture right off the bat. And that's the reason people have to be very careful where they're sending their children to school. And yes, if you want to stand with Israel, and if you stand for Israel and pray for Israel, please write below this video. I want to acknowledge some people. Thank you, Ramona. We love and stand for Israel. Here we have Allison. I stand with Israel. Thank you so much. Awesome. That's Katie in Texas, stands with Israel. These protests are needed to be seen in order to hearts to be turned to truth. That's absolutely right. Israel is forever, breath of life over Israel. Peace to Israel, absolutely. And right now, the kind of ideology is being sold. It is totally bad, not good for America, and also Americans' next generations. We really need to change and shift how American is watching, how we are analyzing what is happening right now on the ground here in the States. Look at it over there in the Middle East. Middle East has total unrest, and even there is a great opposition. Did you know that Mike Johnson, he's receiving, the Speaker of the House, he's receiving a great opposition from both sides, from Republicans and Democrats. And this is unacceptable, because he said, even I just watched his interview on CNN, and CNN was, a lady was talking about, how can you support Israel? He said, Israel is only over true ally in Middle East and true democracy. And that's why, I mean, he's American ally. At the end of the day, we got to support Israel. But then on the other side, they don't want to support Israel. They just want to dump Israel. And this is not a really good policy, because when Israel is part of NATO. So when anything happens to the NATO, when anything's happened to it, Americans allies, that means you have to go in and help them out, even though you don't want to get involved directly in war, but at the same time you have obligations. I'm talking American policy right here. So you have to defend your allies. If you don't defend your allies, that sends a wrong message to all other allies too: France, Germany, Italy, all other allies that are very close, Britain. Don't send a good message. That shows the America position is weak on their calling other nations as ally. So that's very crucial for us to understand, that not to sit back, but come forward with a great force. And I'm going to call people, if you can do and gather together on Capitol Hills and send your message to the United States of America government, that we are not going to stay back. We're going to stand with Israel. Israel is America's true ally. We cannot give up on Israel. We cannot leave Israel in middle of the war, because right now what is happening, the country is being torn between two different things. Why? Because Hamas is attacking, Iran is attacking, from Hezbollah, from Lebanon. These are all organizations attacking Israel. And Saudi Arabia have their strong stand on Israel. Saudi Arabia's, it was totally, I'm saying it was shocking when I read that Saudi Arabia is standing with Israel. And it's never happened in the history of the country. Saudi usually don't stand with Israel, but this time it was truly, I'm telling you, it was crazy, because this is really God showing that is on the side of Israel. And look at it. Abraham Accords put to test during Iran attacks. Saudi Arabia agreements with Israel could be the next step. So look at this, what is happening. So it's something experts say that resulted from years of work breaking down regional barriers, with a major step forward in 2020. In 2020, when the Trump administration brokered with Abraham Accords, that agreements helped normalize diplomatic relations, first between Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, then eventually with Saudi and Morocco. So there is nations who are coming out and willing to support Israel, stand with Israel, normalize relationship with Israel. Let me tell you, past 50, 60 years, their relationship, if you pick up the book, there was no relationship restore or relationship that were stronger. But now you are finding that the relationship with Israel the relations with Israel is being normalizing, because it is good for this region. It's good for the economy, and it's good for also the children also growing together. Peace in the region, that's going to happen. But I know there's forces who do not want peace. Why? Because they are making a lot of money by not having peace. How could it be? Excuse me, because some nations who absolutely do not want any sort of relationship with Israel. So that's one of the most gratifying things that happened during the Biden administration, how the Abraham Accords have endorsed, said the Heritage Foundation, Victoria's Courts, a former deputy national security advisor to President Trump, who played a vital role in negotiations for the agreement. She says it passed a true test when Arab nations joined the West in responding to Iran's attack, marking a shift in the region. You also got to see that right now Israel is at the stage where Israel is being attacked, and Israel needs support of the region. And I think this is true secret and also very important information. If you can share this video, I would really appreciate it. This is what I'm about to say. It is very important. I think a lot of people need to pay very close attention to this, what I'm about to say. The reason Iran, because Israel responded in retaliation, because when Israel attacked after Iran sent over 300 missiles from Iran directly to the Israel mainland. And Israel response was to attack their Isfahan region. The province of Isfahan was attacked, where their major military base of Iran. And when that was attacked, then Iran downplayed. I feel Iran purposely downplayed it, because Iran analyzed, this is what I'm going to information. Iran realized and analyzed that Israel got a strong support now in the region. Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and I don't know about Qatar, but then these nations are aligned with, including Jordan, aligned and have normalized relationship with Israel. When Iran see this kind of power, this kind of strength, then Iran just simply backed off, because Iran sees that not only the West that's supporting Israel, not only the West that has Israel's back, but now the Arab nations in the region, now these people also having Israel backs. That sends Iran a very strong message that Israel is not weak. Israel, if you mess with Israel, you're going to pay the very high cost. You're going to pay a very high price on that. And that's the reason it's Iran backs off and downplays, so they don't have to, because if Iran would have attacked back, I think that would have been like launch World War III, because that's not, now you're going back and forth. And here you look at it. When South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham was in Saudi Arabia late last month, meeting with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the country's young de facto ruler, the two decided to call off a mutual acquaintance, Donald Trump. So you got to understand that Saudi is now standing with Israel. And this has never happened. Did you know that? This has never happened. The Saudi Foreign Minister statement, the kingdom has communicated its firm position to the U.S. administration that there will be no diplomatic relationship. You know, they were talking about that. But then again, that's a February. But then recently when Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman came, and he showed his strong position, support for Israel, that was phenomenal. I want to get some of the questions for you. If you can type right below this video, let me know where you guys watching from. I would love to pray for you. And also let me know where you guys watching from, the name of your city, town, state. And I want you to write right below this video, please write that you support Israel and you stand with Israel, because I need more messages right now. Please, if you can type, I would really appreciate that, because I want to know how many people out there are praying for Israel, are standing with Israel right now. So Israel and Iran, there is no things that are happening, but at the same time, you got to understand that UK, US, and Canada impose more sanction on Iran after the attack, and that's crippling Iran's economy. And Iran is not very happy right now after this, because this is totally crippled Iran's economy. So London, the UK, the US, and Canada on Thursday announced fresh sanction on Iran following its attack on Israel earlier this month. In coordinating announcement, the UK Foreign Office said Thursday it was targeting Iran drone and missile industries by hitting individuals and companies closely involved in Iran's drone production. 2 individuals will face a UK travel ban and asset freeze, and 4 companies are subject to an asset freeze. And this is a big blowback to Iran. 2 individuals will face, travel ban. And then also The U.S. Treasury simultaneously said it was sanctioning over 12 entities, individuals, and vessels that have played a central role in facilitating and financing the clandestine sales of Iranian unmanned aerial vehicles. The Iran's regime's dangerous attack on Israel risked thousands of civilians, casualties, and wider escalation in the region. British Foreign Secretary David Cameron said in a statement accompanying the announcement, "Today, the UK and our partner have sent a clear message, very, very clear message. We will hold those responsible for Iran's destabilizing behavior to account." And this is like, for Iran, is a bad day. It's not a very good day for Iran, not a very good message for Iran. And it's definitely is a bad day for Iran. The British government said Thursday it also plans to expand trade sanction against Iran with bans on the exports of components used in drones and missile productions. So when you get this ban on these things, how in the world you're supposed to produce, how in the world you're supposed to go forward with these things? Because simply because you have threatened the other country, the other sovereign country's security. You put in a risk the security of civilians. Over 300 rockets. It's unbelievable. What do you think? If somebody shoot 300 rockets into your house, how would you respond? Because that will decimate. But that's why Iran is now not just on the terrorist list, but also Iran is right now on the list of banning production of missiles, productions of any sorts of acquiring any sorts of drone material. So how Iran recover the damage from Israel's strike? They mentioned no. There is like they attacked the very facility, some nuclear facility that they have there. When Iran and Israel exchanged drones and missiles strikes earlier this month, the world was braced for a fully fledged war in the Middle East. In the end, both sides having violently made their point, let matter rest. New satellite images now show how Iran saved face and backed down. It simply swapped one destroyed air defense radar for a fresh one. On April 19, in response to an Iranian barrage, days earlier, Israeli jets are thought to have fired several air-launched ballistic missiles towards an air base near the Netzatz nuclear complex south of Tehran. The site has been key to Iran's nuclear program since it was publicly exposed 22 years ago, and is heavily defended with its Russian-made S-300 air defense system. So that's how they were defending it. That's how they were, Russian. But I don't know, because United States don't have a very good relationship with Russia, especially United States providing, arming, Ukrainians. So Russia can go ahead and sell more arms to Iran. They can. I think Russia is allies with Iran. I don't exactly know, but miscalculations can happen. But here, another news I want to tell you guys before you leave. Please share this video, and if you can share, that way we can reach more people, because more people needs to hear this important information. So if you can share, I would really appreciate it, because we want to reach more people. More people needs to know the truth. And here we go. Miscalculation led to escalation in clash between Israel. A lot of the campus students don't know the history, and they are ready to jump into the protest, call Israel warmongers, can call Israel all sorts of bad names, and saying that Israel is being unfair. But at the same time, you need to understand the history. Why Iran hates Israel, and why, because there was many years ago, when Iran was about to become a democracy, right? You have to understand that when Iran was about to become a democracy, but because Ayatollah Khomeini came in, and all of them, instead of democracy, democratic government is set up as a theocracy. And Iran wanted to help because Iran wanted Israelite piece of lands back to Palestine, which was before Israel settled back in. But before Israel came into Palestine, Israel actually was exiled from their homeland. God promised Israel to have the right to occupy Israel, the land formerly known as Palestine. But it was called, before it was called Israel or Palestine, it was called Canaan. If you know or not, if you read in the history, it was called Canaan. God sent Abraham and told Abraham that I'm going to give you the land that I promised to you, and I will give that to you. God made the same promise with Isaac and Jacob, that I'm going to bless your offsprings with the land that flows honey and milk. That's a metaphor. And right now, that's what's the fight over. Iran does not just only want the piece of land, but they just want the Jews completely to be gone. Because Iran believes that Jews are modern days Jews. Jews are to be seized, but modern days Jews are not real Jews. They are Westerners. So that's why Iran believes that is the agenda that America set up for Jews to be in that place so they can spy on other, nations as well. But that's not the truth, because Jews have the right, it was promised in the Bible, have the right to live in this place and then also occupy that place. So that's why it's not a surprise that why they want to attack. You have to understand this is very important. Three religion, all they believe, first of all, Mount Olive, where Jesus went to, heaven, and then also Jerusalem is very important for the nation of for Christians, and then also Jerusalem is very important for the nation of Israel. But Jerusalem is very important for Muslim, because Muslim believes that where Prophet Muhammad was ascended to heaven, and this is the Israeli Jews believe that Jerusalem is also important to them, because that's where the third temple was built. And that's why they have the wall, Wailing Wall. So at the Wailing Wall, they pray, they cry for the rebuilding of the temple. And now recently, when the red heifer things happened, because four red heifers were discovered here in Texas, and they took those red heifer, and in the book of Numbers, chapter 19, it talks about for Aaron's and his descendants and Levites to kill the red heifers and burn the red heifers and take the ashes, mix it up with the water and sprinkle it on to the wall. So that could be the sign for the rebuilding of third temple. When the Hamas people heard that, they immediately attacked, because they said now they might end up, building the third temple, because that's the initiation and sacrification of the red heifers could be a sign third temple is coming. And when they heard the solar eclipse happening, because then they also understood the time and season, because solar eclipse and the red heifer signifies that the third temple is on the way, because it's very important details that not a lot of people are mentioning. So happening war because they wanted to send a clear message to the government of Israel that we know what you're doing and you better stop this, because in Arabic, Masjid Aqsa belongs to the Muslim, and that's that's in the Jerusalem, and the Western Wall is called the Dome of the Rock. And right now it's a very sensitive topic. We believe that God will have his way, And that's why it's very important that we to pray for all humanity, because the Bible says that all the people, all the humans, they will come, every tongue will confess that Jesus is the Lord. Every tongue shall confess. And that's a very, very, very important scriptures. Philippians 2:11 says, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is the Lord, to the glory of God the Father. And right now, we are seeing that it is playing out very clear that we are coming into a time and era that where everybody will hear that Jesus Christ will come in a very short forms. Before I leave, I want to leave that. I leave that with you, that when the third temple is to build, I truly believe the World War III is going to happen. Why? Because you see that building of a third temple it sends a message to the Arab world that Judaism, that most holy of holy place, is the third temple. If you remember with me, the temple was divided into three different places. First, outer quarter, inner quarter, and then holy of holies. And think about it. If you say that because Muslim brothers, they think Masjid Aqsa is the most holy of holy, and Makkah, Makkah is in Saudi Arabia, is most holy of holy place. Most holy of holy, and that's to be believed. But now when the Jewish build this temple, that means the most holy of holy is the Jewish temple. So that's why there is a clash between the Judaism and the Muslim Brotherhood, and this is not a small piece of information. This is very important piece of information that I think all people needs to understand, that things are shifting, and they are shifting drastically. And most holy of holy, that's where the presence of God ascended. And one more piece of information is the Ark of a Covenant, because what made a very important place, the Ark of a Covenant made a very important place, was important thing, because there was a presence of God that was over the Ark of Covenant, because that was directly Moses made at the order of God. And now I'm thinking, I don't know if the Israelites have the Ark of Covenant or not, but if they built the third temple, what was in the most holy of holy was nothing but a Ark of Covenant was in there. And the Ark of Covenant represented the presence of the Most High. And we have to be very patient with it, that as God is doing this, and God knows the end times and the beginning times, and God is in it. Before you know it, God is in it. He has his 100% hand in it. And God is all the events that are happening, earthquakes, solar eclipse, wars, unrest in the world. Time is going very fast. Everything is happening so fast. With a blink of eyes, things are changing. Wars are happening. Disagreements are going. Arguments are happening. Church is there. It's leadership. Church leadership is being exposed. A lot of the people that were at the top for a very long time enjoy the freedom, and now things are getting exposed, and people having a jaw-dropping experience that they have never seen it before or heard it before. But that's what it making people more interesting, that the very people that they trusted, the very people they listened to, now all of a sudden everything is shifting, everything is changing. And that's the reason people are not even having understanding, like, hey, where do we go from here? But listen, guys, I appreciate you for coming on. Please type right below this video where you guys watching from. I want to know the name of your location. If you're watching on the Twitter, if you're watching on different places, I want to know. But I want to absolutely keep you in touch with everything what's going. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to Adnan Maqsood Live or Vision Television Network YouTube channel, please subscribe, because it is very important for us to have you subscribe and stay in touch with me, because I want to make sure that you can get to have the very first information when we share. Thank you, Jessica, from Corpus Christi. So you're not too far from me. I'm only 4 hours. I'm in Houston, Texas. But again, anybody, if you would like to get in touch with Vision Television Network, make sure you download our app on your cell phone. I can certainly send this app to you. You can type right below this video, Vision Television Network, and that way you can stay in touch with us. All the programs, all the news, you can watch right on Vision Television Network, and also great sermons, great content on Vision Television Network app and the Vision Television Network Facebook. You can simply type Vision Television Network. And again, on YouTube, make sure you go Vision Television Network, subscribe. It's like the logo that you see on the right side. That's the same logo we have on there. And then also on both sides. So thank you.